Hello everyone, it's Crazy Mike 1706. How you guys all doing? I hope you guys are all doing fine as always. And just a couple of minutes ago I saw a Cool Nerds video about the IWC and how things are going and whatnot, and the fact that it's not as big as it used to be. And this is a conversation that I had with several guys quite some time ago, and yes, it's not as big as it was. And the main reason why that is because YouTube went completely corporate around the '08 area, I would say, because yeah, the biggest time for this YouTube shooting thing was in '07. And what I mean by that is that back then, okay, someone could have 200-300 subscribers and legitimately, okay, get thousands upon thousands of views because the videos were spread on a lot more throughout YouTube as a whole, not just the wrestling community. And they used to have this thing called honors. And what would happen was that if you made a sports related video, which wrestling, it's not a legitimate sport, so to speak. It's more like theater, but we did put it more under the sports category. So now let's say an NBA playoff clip, your vid could be spotted with it as long as it was getting the same amount of comments and exposure. And what started happening was people started getting less and less and less exposure, because if you guys have been noticing, YouTube has been charging people to get more exposure. So now the little man like us, we're getting a lot less views for our videos because less people are getting access to it. That's the main thing that's been going on, and that's one thing people have not been realizing. And like I said before, man, everybody used to get way more views than what they're getting now. Now you have people who have thousands of subscribers and can't even break even. What I mean by that is, if you have a set number of subscribers, you should at least be getting, at least the same amount of views as your subscribers, or a lot more. But that's not even the case. Some people can't even get half. And one main issue that I've been realizing with YouTube is a lot of the times people that you'll be subscribed to, you won't even get their vids. So that's what it really comes down to. The exposure is just not there as it used to be. And I knew this would happen. Once YouTube started going more corporate and once they started charging people for advertising, I knew this was going to happen. And it hurt in some ways, you know what I mean? Because in some ways I was like, damn, because not that I'm a whore for views and whatnot, but yeah, you want your work to get out there. If you have a set numbers of subscribers, yeah, you want at least everybody to see your work, but that's not what's going on, And that's really the main issue. As far as feuds and rivalries and whatnot, yeah, there was a lot of them. There was a lot of people arguing back and forth, but most guys are friends now, and we met in person, and I feel that it's a great thing, it's a beautiful thing. But as far as feuds are concerned, you don't really need immaturity going back and forth. And I do feel that, yes, in some ways there needs to be more discussions. If people have disagreements, settle it out right then and there, because it's a great thing for everybody, and there has to be a lot more maturity. And I think another reason why the community was a lot bigger before was because, there was less people doing it. Like now you have tons and tons of people doing it that you never even heard of or even know of, because, either they make the same vids as everybody else, or they just don't do too much to get out there. But I would really say that a lot of people out there, and this isn't a crap shot at anybody, this isn't me trying to sound on my high horse. I feel that some people out there do need to work a little bit better on their video quality, as far as the presentation is concerned, because some people are so shallow to the point that if they see poor video quality, they're like, okay, screw it. And but yeah, that's basically all it is to it. There is one more argument that I want to bring up, but it's really not coming to you. I got it. He mentioned something about AAA and whatnot. Listen, man, this community is extremely shallow, okay? Because I remember when guys like me and Josh and Jared Morovirus, we were like the first, and of course got all the guys like Nightmare Ball and whatnot. We were like the first guys to and ROH Styles. We were the first guys to ever come on here and really talk about like the indie promotions like Ring of Honor and whatnot. And so many things we've noticed is that when we would talk about certain promotions, we'd get very minimal views. But as soon as we would talk about the E, all of a sudden the views would right up like that. And yeah, that's another thing. I think people have been shying away from promoting a lot more because it's like, it's not going to get out there. People are not going to click on it. People are not going to care about it unless it's the E, even though they're saying that they want to see more companies. And that is just a huge contradiction. But what can you do? That's just how it is. You know, it is what it is. A quick recap of the video. Like I said before, man, people are just not getting the exposure that they used to. People are not watching anything unless it's mainstream topic or TNA, if you know what I mean by TNA, and I'm not talking about the pro wrestling company. And that's just how things are, man. In the event, it's been Crazy Mike 1706. Throw your horns up to the sky until the day you die. Bye-bye.